Murphy's garden, and it's now August and I think it's about time we did a summer tour, so we'll just take you around, Murphy and I, area by area, and just show you how things are progressing. So we'll start on the Hornbeam Walk. So this is the view up the path, and on either side we've got all the herbaceous things. So we've got the old common daylily, Hemerocallis, and then in the background there, that's just an Olivia rose, which has gone over now. Oh, these, I wanted to show you these. These are the Cleoms, Violet Queen, I think they're called. I'll post a name. These are the ones we grew from seed. They're from Sarah Raven. That's a nice verbena. This is verbena hasata, and then also the verbena bonariensis. A nice phlox there, and zinnias. So the zinnias, we just scattered the seeds here, and they're best growing in situ because they don't really like being disturbed. Osteospermum there, which has gone over. There's a few flowers remaining. The geraniums, before I went on holiday, they had gone a bit floppy and not very nice, so they've all had a chop back and they're regrowing, rebounding. The lavender too needs a chop back. It's been absolutely lovely all summer, but it is ready to be cut back. And then just behind it we've got the goldenrod, and on this side is Japanese anemone. This is self-seeded, but it's kind of okay here because it gets the shade of the hornbeam. It's quite dry and it's quite difficult to get things to grow here now. So I'll leave it. There's a white one and there's also a little pink one that's appeared. So yeah, we'll leave it. There's a nice, this is a nice euchera, and that was a lovely little phlox. It was called Nora Lee, and it's just not doing anything now, so I think that'll have to be moved. It doesn't like it there, it's got too dry. And this is the echinops, and the echinops are always covered in bees. It's one of the most popular plants for bees. They just love it. And then as we head up here, we've got another little phlox. This has got a similar flower to the Nora Lee, only the Nora Lee had the variegated leaf. I can't remember what that one's called. This is a rose called Compassion. More echinops up here. Look at the bees having a fight on the flowers. There's hundreds of them. Pan round on this side. What have we got here? And just underneath the hornbeam we've got these little China asters that we grew from seed. But I also just wanted to show you this. This is a new plant for me. We got it at John Lord's nursery when we visited, and it's a prairie mallow. It's called Sodalcia Elsie Hugh. So I thought that looked quite pretty, so we brought one back. And while we're on this side, I'll just show you, this is the geranium Roseanne, which gets an AGM award. It's struggling a little bit now, it's got so dry, but it has been flowering all summer long, and it is a good plant worthy of its AGM. Up at the top, we've got various pots, collection of pots, and I quite like it. I quite like the look. This used to be, for those of you that have perhaps watched the videos, you will know we used to have a seating area here, and it was just a bit too cramped, so we've moved the seating area somewhere else, and this is just a collection of pots. We've got the stalwart of the Olivia rose, which continues to flower and flower, it always does. It's a great rose. So in this pot, I want to show you this because I really love this pot. I'll just stand back, let you see it. So we've got the erigerons, which are just everywhere at the moment. All the gardens you go to, everyone's got them, and they're for good reason because they flower all summer and they look really dainty and pretty. And I've got them here with this dark purple osteospermum, and this is called Serenity Dark Purple. We've also got this ivy geranium. This is called Valletta White. And then at the back of the border, at the back of the pot, sorry, we've got this grass. Its common name is bunny tail grass for obvious reasons. It's got a really fluffy little tail on it. Laguris ovatus. And the other thing which has been lovely is this purple and yellow little flower. It's called Calibrachoa superbells, and this one's called Holy Smoke. And it's been really lovely, and it's been flowering all summer long. And I've got it growing here alongside this Pittosporum tenifolium variegatum, and it just looks really, really nice. And we've also just got some box balls for a bit of structure, some gerbers and agapanthus, and this is Nandina domestica, which is also known as heavenly bamboo. So this is the view from looking back down the path, and there's Murphy, likes to be in every shot. You can play a game called, instead of Where's Wally, you can try and play Where's Murphy, and all the shots he's usually somewhere to be seen. So next we're going to head into what I call the Quadrant Garden. I don't know if that's a very good name, but that's, for lack of another name, that's what it's called. And here, the first thing that you see here is this. This is called Achillea tarmaca. I thought it was a gypsophilia, but it's not. It's a type of Achillea. I can't really remember where it came from. I don't really remember growing it or buying it, but anyway, here it is, and it's stunning, and we've really enjoyed it all summer long because it's been really valuable for picking and putting in flower arrangements, and it dries really well as well. It's called the Pearl for obvious reasons. And just in front of it, these are the antirrhinums that we grew from seed, and they're called Antirrhinum majus apple blossom, and they're a lovely peachy colour. This nice little potentilla, don't know what variety it is, I'll have to see if I can find the name, but I don't know. And this is gypsophilia. This is Gypsophilia Covent Garden, which we've grown from seed, and it's really lovely. Another one great for flower arranging, and we're getting quite into drying flowers this year. We've really quite enjoyed it, Olivia and I, and it's been quite good. We've got a euchre there at the front, sugar frost. Got some salvia, nemorosa, I believe. And then again, more of these beautiful cleoms. And they look really statuesque, really nice. Got the lovely, just see it for the sun, the Salvia amistad at the back there, which I always love, next to this big white phlox. And then a miscanthus here. We've got 4 miscanthus in each of the quadrants. But yeah, this is looking really nice. The lighting is just lovely this evening. It's really nice. So I'll just pan round. Here we've got some of this lovely sedum, and it looks nice. It's got these peachy kind of undertones, and it looks lovely next to the peach antirrhinum. And that's more of that nice phlox. Again, which I remember one year it was stunning, but it's just not really struggling for some reason. But yeah, this border is looking good. Now on this side we've got more of the echinops, busy with the bees again. We've got some dahlias in the background. We've got the eupatorium. There's a big area here where the irises, which look lovely in the spring, but now look a bit brown and not very pretty. So yeah, that's a bit flat, that side of the border. And the big miscanthus, which will look lovely in a couple of weeks when it gets its big fronds. More of the hemerocallis. We did remove a lot of the hemerocallis, but we've still got some. This is the nice Velvet Queen sunflowers next to more cleoms. And look at this hydrangeas, lovely colour, bright blues and pinks, which looks quite nice next to orange. And then we'll pan round. I did take a cutting of that, and I've put one in here, if you can just make out. I'm just in the shadow. That's the Gertrude rose. It's really struggling. It's not doing very well at all. It's just been dry and difficult to get things to establish. Achillea at the back there, the Helianthus, even that's struggling, and that's meant to love the sun, but that doesn't look that healthy. Try not to water, because it's, you know, it's impossible really to water. These are the Nicotiana, which we grew from seed. I've got loads of them, they're everywhere. More zinnias, these lovely China asters, a lobelia, and more of the Verbena bonariensis and eupatorium. And underneath this Nicotiana, a similar colour palette to this is this little sedum, and this is called Sedum Atlantis. It's really nice. I just put that in last year. And here we've got some of these straw flowers, Heliochrysomes. These are the ones we grew also from seed. They're meant to be a peachy colour, but they've come through very dark pink, which is still lovely, but on the packet they were meant to be peachy colour. And on this side, also the same, they're the same colour. But Olivia did look up, and other people had said the same. They're Sarah Raven seeds, but they've come through dark pink, but people have said that over time they do turn to a peachy colour, so maybe they dry into a peach colour, I don't know. But anyway, I like them as they are. And here we've got penstemon, a big clump of penstemon. This is a nice lobelia. This is Lobelia expicosa at the back. It's a bit wasted there really. That's just some of the remnants of the ballerina rose, which has been lovely. It has just gone over, but it will come back again. It's all back in bud again, I see. And sunflowers at the back. And yeah, more dahlias. So I'll just pan round and let you see. So that's that area. Next we'll head into the Sunken Garden. So a lot cooler down here. It's in the shade now, particularly in the evening, of the big cherry tree. But that's a welcome relief from the heat. But this border is still in the sun, and we've got the bleach limes that we did earlier in the year. They're doing really well. That's just a lilac tree on the right there. And this border's been great. So the phormium's come back. That's the phormium that we cut right to the ground earlier in the year, and that's come back in with a vengeance. It's doing well. The Nicotiana, I just filled the area. It was quite empty, so I've just filled it with the Nicotiana and lots of white cosmos. This is Cosmos Purity, and these big miscanthus. This is quite a tall miscanthus, I believe. So it is getting quite big now. So yeah, this has been really lovely. And the main feature in this garden are the 4 Portuguese laurel, Prunus lusitanica, and they give good structure and height in this area. And now we're in the Woodland Garden, Woodland Walk. So this area, it looks its best really in the spring, but it's still got something, a few things going on at this time of year. So here we've got some limelight hydrangea and some ferns. This is an acer in a pot, which is struggling again, as they always do in this garden. So more ferns. We've got the Betula Utilis Giacomonti, which we put in. We added 2 more multi-stemmed ones to the garden this year. And the Woodland Garden comes into its own at night. Whenever the little solar-powered lights come on, it looks quite sweet. And then we've got more hydrangea limelight and a big clump of hostas. And then this area just leads around to the pond. And here we've got the big Stipa gigantica, which always looks lovely in this evening light. So now we'll just head round to the pond. So this is a little path which is got box on one side and lots of hydrangea on the other. And at this time of year it gives quite a show. And this is the view just into the pond. So everything in the pond's looking quite healthy. And then I'll just take you around and show you the pots. I just wanted to show you these pots. These have been fantastic. I'm really quite pleased with them. So they're quite modern looking pots, quite big pots. And I decided just to go for it. I had a lot of things left over that I hadn't used, so I just thought I'd put them in. I didn't know whether it was going to be too top heavy, it would blow over in the wind, but actually it's working quite well. We've got lots of bits of stick in the middle, just holding it all together. There's echinacea in there, there's more of the Nicotiana, there's the, what else have I got? I think some geraniums, even a bit of miscanthus, Salvia amistad. But yeah, they're looking quite good really. I'm quite pleased with those. And there's the other one. You kind of need a bit of height to create a bit of drama. I think if it was too small, it wouldn't look quite right. These are my new borders that we cut out in the winter time, and they're doing quite well. This is obviously only the first year, but I'm quite pleased with them so far. I'm calling them the butterfly borders because they are always full of butterflies and bees, and they're attracted to the Verbena bonariensis, which we've decided just to embrace the fact that Verbena bonariensis grows everywhere and have it en masse planted in this area because it looks really nice. It's swaying in the breeze, and it's quite a nice plant for a loose feel that we want to get here. We've also got the Gora or Inuthra Lindimeri, which we've planted en masse. Its other name is whirling butterfly, so that's another reason why this is called the butterfly borders. And interspersed with it we've got various different grasses, one of which is Brisa maxima, which is known as greater quaking grass. That's a lovely little grass. They've been fabulous and they dry really well and they look really good in lots of flower arrangements, so we've been pleased with that. We've also got the little drumstick alliums, and then we've got this little purple plant. This is another one which I bought at John Lord's garden. It's called Cupid's Dart. I'll post the Latin name. I've only got one of those, but as it gets bigger, I will split it, and it's also very good for drying. And this area is the long path, the long gravel walk. This area is on both sides. We've got some box hedging, and then inside the box we've got Nepeta. And the Nepeta, we cut the box hedging back. We just took the opportunity to cut the Nepeta back, so it's sort of gone over, but it is starting to re-sprout again. And then we've got these big spiral trees. We did have 2 trees on either side going through to the parterre. Unfortunately, one of them has died, which is really annoying and upsetting, so we'll have to come up with a plan for what we're going to do there. Not quite sure what we'll do, because this one's incredibly heavy to move, so we'll have to try and do something. And we'll head now into the parterre. I think this is one of my favourite areas of the garden. I just love it. It's taken a lot of time to get it right. We got it wrong before we got it right, but I think we've finally got there in the end. So these are the Desdemona roses, back in bloom again, and they're just stunning, really lovely, and the smell is good too. So each of the quadrants has got box hedging around it, which we've cut, and it looks nice and tight. And then we've got several of the Desdemona plants in each of the quadrants. So if I just zoom in close, so the buds open lovely blush pink, and then as they get older they go quite white, but they're so pretty and they're so perfect. And what I like as well is the height. They stay all at a constant height, whereas the ballerina kind of sprawled and had big tall shoots in it, and it just didn't quite look right in this area. But this is just the job. And then in the middle we've got the this little clematis in the middle. So this is called Princess Kate, and I'll just zoom in on that. Isn't that lovely? And all around the area we've got these yew hedges, and the yew hedges have reached the final height that we wanted them to be, so we're just keeping them topped at this level. And it's nice to finally see it as we hoped and as we imagined it would be, with the hedges growing up, so I'm really pleased with it. And this is the seating area. So this is an area that's getting a lot of use. It's been lovely just sitting under the umbrella on a hot day. And we've got the yew hedge surrounding it. Obviously the yew hedge hasn't grown up this bit near to me, needs to get to the height of this one. Oh, but it's getting there. It has put on a lot of growth this year, and this is just a lovely area. We've got these big planters that we did in the spring, and they've been really successful. We've got osmanthus in the middle, and probably won't stay in there long term because it will get too big, but it's been good for the season. And flowering magnificently all summer are these pecoas. Pecoas are a cross between a petunia and a calabracoa, like the little purple and yellow flower we saw in the other pots. But these pecoas have the advantage in that they don't go slimy in the rain, they just sort of self-deadhead. We've also got ajugas and salvias, and then we've got these pom-pom trees as well. So yeah, this area has been good. We've got the chimney, and we've got lighting in here, so it's quite a nice area at night time just to come and sit after dark, and it really retains the heat. I think the stones that we've used just seem to hold on to the heat, and it stays very sheltered even on a windy day. So we head out of the parterre and up to the top borders. These are the big long borders at the top, and you'll see that we've got the big Stipa gigantea, and also this edging that we've recently just put in. I think that really has improved the area. It looks a lot nicer. Now these borders I'm actually really disappointed with this year. Don't quite know what's happened, whether it's the heat, the drought. I think it probably is that, because the borders this time last year, I remember doing a video on late summer borders and plants that look good, but they're just not doing very well at all. Like this echinacea even looks like it's struggling. The achillea is not great. There's just not much colour in these borders at all this year, which is rather sad, but from a distance they look quite nice, and I suppose mostly you do look at it from a distance, so that's okay. We've got the little pot of arugula on at the top. The long-term plan, as I think I've said in the past, is that we do intend to put some water up the middle in a rill, and I think that will really help this area. But it's looking okay. But I think I might review these borders and look to put in more kind of like prairie-like planting, kind of things that do better in drought. Because look, even that, they're the heleniums. Look, they're really not doing anything much this year. The eupatoriums looks a bit wilted, and the hydrangea's doing okay, but everything else is struggling. Even the monada has been hopeless this year, really bad. Looks awful, and it seems to be very front to border. I thought it was further back than that. The only thing that is nice is this little pom-pom dahlia, which we planted this year, so that is nice, but everything else is not great. So I think these borders need a revision. More of the picoas and that grass, something caramel it's called. Heading now into the vegetable patch, and we have had better success here, doing quite well in the veggie patch. So I have been doing a few jobs in here today. So we've got this lovely dill, which we've been using. We've grown gherkins this year, and he's been pickling the gherkins and put dill in the vinegar as well. It's been really yummy, and I'm enjoying that with my sandwiches. We've got eucalyptus here, which we use for harvesting for like flower arrangements and things. And you'll just see on the step are all the onions. I've just lifted those today, and they're just drying off in the sunshine. And in their place, I've just been putting in a few new seed sowings. We've got some lettuce that's kind of gone over, so we've got lots more lettuce that's just coming through here. We've got basil, we've got spinach, and then I've just sown like beetroot and more lettuce and some chard and various things there. And under here is the kale. It's Nero de Toscana, which is a fantastic variety. Really, really enjoying that. It's delicious. Cabbages under here, more sowings there. I've got some more spinach and endive. I thought I'll try growing that. The raspberries are starting to form, I think. Some there. These are autumn raspberries. And then round the bamboo structure, we've just got some runner beans. They were very late going in, but I think they're just starting to form. I'm not really that big on runner beans, so I'm doing it more for decorative reasons. The broad beans we've harvested, and they've been lovely. I have just left them in place because I thought it'd be interesting to see whether they re-sprout. Some of them, this one is, some of them are. So we'll just see if anything happens. It's got nothing to lose. We've got lots of leeks. This was a bit of a mistake. This is actually, I thought it was a courgette, but it was actually a cucumber. But we're finding, because it's such a hot summer, that actually this outside cucumber is doing very well indeed. We've got lots of leeks, lots of sweet corn to come. These are the remnants of Olivia's carrots, which are nearly finished, but they've been quite good. Here we've got, these are lovely. These are the climbing French beans. I need to come and pick those because they freeze well, so I'll come and do that. And then we've also got the lovely little dwarf yellow beans, and these are great for stir fries and anything really, but they're good to have in the freezer. We've got lots of parsnips. They're doing really well. More here. Parsnips do very well in this soil, unlike carrots, which struggle. More leeks. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these leeks. And then look at this little artichoke. So we planted these artichokes, and the first one is starting to form. Very little, but they're doing quite well. Oh no, the potatoes. A lot of weeds in the potato patch, but these are just some of the potatoes I've just dug up just to let you see. These are elf potatoes, and they've been lovely. I don't really know how great a harvest it is, but there's a lot more under there, but I'm just digging them up as I need them. We've got loads of pears forming on both the pear trees, but whether there's been enough moisture to plump them up, I don't know. Whether they'll be juicy or whether they'll be hard, I don't know. We've got Conference and Invincible on the pear. And here are the numerous courgettes. So we've got the yellow variety in there, and we've got the these lovely ones in here, Romanesco, and we've also got lots of butternut squashes. And the other thing we've got is a big a pumpkin, huge big pumpkin. Well, it's not huge yet, but it will be, and it's called Black Footsie. Head now into the greenhouse, and this is just the area where we bring on some plants. This is these are some of the roses. Rose cuttings are getting quite big actually. We've got a nice cotinus there that we've brought on from quite a small plant, and Sambuca, another Olivia rose. This is a lemon tree, likes it there. And we've got more herbs and things, lots of mints and chives, and then lots of tomatoes. A few. This is the sort of the extra overspill greenhouse, and then in the big greenhouse we've got lots of tomatoes, which are ready. I need to come and pick. Look at them all, loads of tomatoes, yummy. And here is a little chilli. We've got lots of chilies and peppers and things. There's peppers, and these are courgettes, or some of them are gherkins. But yeah, there's quite a lot to pick in the greenhouse. Oh gosh, look at that. Dear, I've missed that one, it's so big, missed it. And at the front of the property, the Scarborough Fair roses have been lovely, performed all summer as usual, and also the pots have been really good. And we've used the ballerina roses, some of the excess ones that we had, to put into pots, and that's been really successful. They work very well in that context where they can kind of ramble and mix with that here with the petunias. And I think that concludes the end of the tour, and that is summer 2022, and it's lovely to capture on camera because these moments can be quite fleeting. And here I just wanted to show you the harvest that we've just collected. So we've got quite a bounty of lovely fresh fruit and veg which we'll enjoy. So thank you very much for watching, and join us again in the next video. Bye for now.